Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. John Henry Soto here, as always, with you this morning, bringing you the latest in film, music, and entertainment. We're going to be talking about a lot of different interesting things today. It seems like the apps on our phones want to get into the business of entertaining us on our televisions. Well, I don't know how that's going to happen, but we're going to dive into that this morning. First of all, I want to thank everyone. It was my birthday yesterday, and I got a tremendous amount of love and tremendous amount of messages. Too many that I'm trying so hard to answer everyone and to at least give them a like and thank you and thumbs up. I'm going to do some more this morning, but I want to thank you. I did put out a nice little video to everyone, just thanking them for the love. Appreciate it. All right. So let's get started. We got a lot to cover. As always, one of the things that I cover here is from the dailies. And if anybody's interested in getting this information and reading along, just go right here to readthedailies.com and get yourself a subscription. It's free. I think there's different tiers. You can get a free one and still read a lot of things. I think the whole thing is free, as a matter of fact, because I don't know what I pay for. I don't even think I pay for anything, but it's a great publication. They have tremendous amount of information there, and it's pretty cool. So let's dive in today. We're going to be starting off with more merging and more companies coming together, which is so interesting because it feels like the last couple of years, all we've been talking about is these big conglomerate companies, kind of entertainment companies coming together and merging to kind of create what they think the future is and what they think people want. And one of the things that we all know is falling is the legacy media, right? The legacy media, meaning it's the media, the television that we're all used to, the linear television, right? You go there, you have to watch the show. It starts at 5 o'clock. You got to be there at 5. You can't stop the show. You can't fast forward the show. You can't skip through commercials, right? That's linear television. That's the legacy media. Those are the channels that are still around all over. There's still the ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox. All those have those times of television. And then there's the streaming platforms, the bigger ones, right? The ones where you can fast forward and you can stop and you can watch the shows whenever you want, like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime, Disney Plus and Paramount Plus, and the list goes on of those types of channels, right? So let's talk a little bit about some of these mergers that are taking place here. So the A&E cable empire is up for grabs. A&E, massive. So Disney and Hearst have tapped Wells Fargo to explore a sale or merger for their joint venture, which owns A&E, Lifetime, and History Channel. Hearst CEO recently admitted A&E had a tough year, citing declining election advertising and cord-cutting pressures. Now, that's interesting that they declined election advertising, and that there was so much money in it that it hurt them. Because, I think it's nice just to have a network that just stays out of all that stuff. But, I guess you got to play the game in order to survive in that world. It's part of a larger pattern. So Warner Brothers, for instance, Disney is splitting its cable channels from streaming operations, while Comcast is dumping most of its networks like MSNBC, good, and CNBC, good, into a new company called Versant. Last month, Disney CEO Bob Iger said that Disney wouldn't follow the spin-off trend, but A&E seems to be the exception. Traditional TVs becoming a hot potato that legacy media giants would rather pass off to specialized operators who can squeeze every last penny from these declining assets. So it's a hot potato. Nobody wants to hold on to it. They want to pass it along. It's that type of viewing. People want to watch what they want to watch when they want to watch it and have full control over it, right? That seems to be the future. That seems to be the pattern. I kind of missed the legacy media, to be honest with you, when it was good. Back in the days when you were looking forward to like watching a show on Friday nights. I've talked about this before on this show, where I talked about watching the Incredible Hulk on Friday nights at 8 o'clock, and you have to wait a whole week to watch it again, and you have to watch all the commercials during the week promoting the show, and that was exciting back then. Those were interesting, but it seems like people really just want to control the content that they're consuming, and that's what's creating all these mergers. We had Paramount get bought out by Skydance. We had the recent other just a lot of other Disney as well, and all these other companies coming together and merging and trying to then offload, because I think that's the plan. See, you're stronger if you merge together and you create this big, huge streaming platform, conglomerate, and then those smaller channels or those smaller networks, assets as they call them, try to start slowly passing them off to people that can operate them and still have them going, because there are still people that still like that, and there's just normal older people, people that are in their older years that are just don't go around streaming. They don't know the technology that well. They just want to turn on channel 5, turn on NBC, and watch all the lies, right? And watch their programmings and watch their shows and watch their soap operas and all that stuff. It's still happening across the country, and that's still something. But I know that they're looking at squeezing every last penny from these declining assets here, and I think that that's definitely is the plan for those networks. So, but what are the good things about this as a filmmaker? Because this show is about that. This show is to try to, me as a filmmaker and all of you out there as filmmakers, if you're watching, how can we utilize this, or what does this mean to us as not just filmmakers but directors and writers and actors and lighting and cinematographers and all the other jobs that come into this industry. So what does this mean for us? Well, think about it. How much more attention now? I mean, they're obviously putting their money into programming, and with programming you need actors, and with programming you need I'm going to talk a little bit about that now on the next segment, which is about Netflix. And you're going to see that there's so much opportunity right now out there for filmmakers. We have to also embrace the technology, because it's coming whether we like it or not. And as filmmakers, and I've said this a million times, learn everything that's coming out and learn how you can use it, whether it's AI, whether it's some other drones, whatever is coming out. Learn about these techniques. Doesn't mean you have to master them, but learn about them and figure out how you can use them into your filmmaking. Don't have AI make your film. Don't have AI create dialogue for you. Lord, don't do that, because it's the worst. But try to figure out how you can use it to maybe speed up your progress. Maybe it can help you with some editing features, or maybe some color correction, or maybe some sound management. It can do one of those things. And yes, in the long run, some jobs are going to go away because of it, but that we know that that's going to happen. The one thing that's not going to go away is human storytelling and humans on screen. That's not going to go away. Now, that may be, there may be another AI. As a matter of fact, YouTube just announced, I just realized that I should do a whole show on this, but YouTube just announced that starting July, I believe it's 25th or 21 or 25th, but sometime in July, they will no longer start paying anyone that uses AI in their videos. So if they see that it's an AI video generated, you will no longer be able to make any money off of those videos. They want humans just as much as the world does. The AI thing is a fun tool. The little videos that they pop up are entertaining. Some of them are funny, some of them are not. There are a lot of bad actors. AI actors are not good actors because they're not human and they don't know how to engage. They just know how to deliver a prompt that somebody put into a computer, right? So they deliver it the way they think it should be, and then they have to figure it out from there. It's very awkward. You can spot it pretty easily. And now YouTube is not, it's cutting the umbilical cord on that and saying, no, you can't do that anymore. If you're doing this, we're not going to pay you. And that's kind of a big step. And I kind of respect YouTube for doing that. All right, let's move on here. Netflix is betting its future on the types of shows that made cable TV king. Well, let's take a look and see what they're talking about. The streamer drops Building the Band today. It's a new TV show. AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys hosts this blind band building competition that feels like Love is Blind meets The Voice. It's yet another step in the broader push towards more cable style content. The streamer even brought in Jeff Gaspin, the NBC executive who gave us The Voice, to spearhead this unscripted strategy, which includes rebooting Star Search. Remember Star Search from the 80s with Ed McMahon? And Neil Patrick Harris's upcoming game show called What's in the Box. The streamer has also reportedly been talking to Spotify about potentially partnering for music award shows, live concerts, celebrity sit downs, and quick turnaround documentaries. The message is clear. Netflix knows cord cutters still want the appointment TV that cable perfected, and they're betting big on bringing those proven formats to streaming. So Netflix is really making some waves, right? We know that they're doing the Netflix house, right? We talked about this. It's interactive, 100,000 square uh, foot facilities, feet facilities that are in Philadelphia. One going to be built in Dallas, and then another one in 2027 coming to Las Vegas. And these are basically interactive amusement parks for people who love the shows on Netflix. And you can go ride amusement park themed kind of shows or rides based on the TV shows that were on Netflix. They're building these because they know the human connection, right? But they also understand by talking to Spotify that there's still a lot of these music shows and these live concerts, celebrity sit downs. They need a better format. They need a better way to. I mean, right now I go to YouTube to watch a lot of things, and it's not, it's not hasn't been perfected. And they know that the appointment TV, meaning that at 5 o'clock you have to be there. And cable television was really great at that, right? That's why we loved cable. That's why everybody paid for cable back in the days, and left the regular channels because they knew that they can watch their favorite movies, TV shows, and specific type of programming that you couldn't see on legacy media or the linear television, where they had an ad every few seconds, right? This is a little bit different with cable television. Now, yes, some cable televisions now play commercials like any other. So we knew it was going to happen at some point. People said it 20 years ago. I said it. I said eventually they're going to start paying. No, you can't pay on cable. You can't do that. Because then why are people going to pay for the cable if they're going to be commercial? I said, I guarantee you, sometime in the future, there will be commercials on cable television. And people argued, but it's all good. It's all good. I hate to be right about certain things like that because it kind of sucks. But this is what we feel, and this is what we're talking about. So again, going back to what I said earlier about the opportunities that we have right now. I mean, Netflix is really, really right now going to become the king at the way they're moving on all this. And I think that because they also decided to do original content years ago, there's going to be a lot more original content coming up on places like Netflix. There's also other platforms like Nateland Entertainment. It's got movie deals coming up. They have, I'm sure they have TV shows and ideas and a whole bunch of things that they're trying to get out there. Nateland with Nate Bargatze, who's the comedian, stand-up comedian, created this thing called Nateland. Then he came up with Nateland Entertainment, and they've been producing. I should do a show on this too. I think I did actually. Oh yeah, I did do a show a few days ago or last week sometime. Um, but yeah, he's Nate Land is producing a lot of original content right now, and it's more family friendly content. It's very funny. Nate's very funny. The whole team that he has around him is very funny. And Dusty Slay, one of my favorite comedians, is on there. Very funny comedian. Aaron Weber, and Brian Bates. I almost said Aaron Bates. Um, and those guys are hilarious. If you don't watch those guys, every Wednesday they have a new podcast. You can watch it on YouTube on the Nate Land Entertainment channel on YouTube. Very, very funny. But they're also creating content. So there's a lot of opportunities right now. There's a lot of work happening. There's a lot of money to be made if you're an actor, if you're a filmmaker. You got to get out there and find out what's happening, and then throw your pennies into the hat. I don't even know if that's an expression. I think I just made that up. All right, so let's hear our final story of the day. Is TikTok and Instagram want a spot on your TV menu? I don't know how they're going to do this, but I can understand why. It's just money. It's just money and greed, I guess. I mean, but TikTok and Instagram created incredible platforms, right? Apps, incredible billion-dollar apps. The social media giants are developing TV apps to chase the living room audience that YouTube has already conquered. So I talked about YouTube earlier, right? YouTube now commands over 12% of all TV viewing time and continues growing, even outpacing Netflix and Disney Plus. TikTok and Instagram want in on the action, especially the premium ad dollars that come with connected TV versus mobile scrolling. Their main challenge will be figuring out a way their signature vertical phone videos not look ridiculous on horizontal TV screens. So I don't know how they're going to do that, but I do know that TikTok already started encouraging users to post more long form horizontal videos last year. They did. They started saying, make the because everything was always up and down. Now you can't take up and down content and put it on television. You can't widen it because then everybody's face is going to be like that. So you have to keep it this way. How they're going to do that? They're going to have to encourage everyone to just shoot it at the long ratio, which is 16.9, right? And that's just what they're going to have to do right now. There's no other way. There's no other way that they can do it. But with older viewers preferring couches over phones and TV ads paying significantly more than mobile ones, both platforms apparently think it's worth the hassle of striking deals with TV manufacturers and rethinking their entire video format. So, what are we looking at here? TikTok TV, Instagram TV, or Instagram Plus. It'll be a network hosted maybe by Netflix, and Netflix will have a menu, and you can go on and click onto Instagram TV and watch specific TV shows that are just specifically made for Instagram. That could be it. TikTok TV, and that already sounds like a thing. TikTok TV. It sounds the three T's, right? TikTok TV. So if they have TikTok TV, what are they going to do? How are they going to do that? Are they going to encourage people on their platform to create horizontal content so then they can post it, and these horizontal videos can be placed onto TikTok TV? Or are they going to break away from the app itself and create a whole separate TikTok TV channel that they would have to figure out who's going to host it? Which one of these big conglomerate, Warner Brothers or A&E, all those the big boys, are they going to host it? That's what they have to kind of figure out how that's going to happen. Who's following them? Facebook? Will Facebook now have its own network? Facebook TV? These all sound like they're already a thing, right? Facebook TV, TikTok TV, Instagram TV, or IGTV. IGTV, I mean, come on, that already sounds like a thing. So all these things are going to have these opportunities because the space is going to be there. And with YouTube now commanding over 12% of all TV viewing. I'm sure a lot of these TV channels are going to try to figure out, well, maybe we can bring in some of that audience that's on TikTok and keep the platform there. Maybe there's a way you can connect them where you can see the TikTok TV on this side, and on the side see your actual and scroll on the side on your phone, but on the big screen. That might be interesting. Technology is there to do that. So that would be pretty cool if they can do something like that. It's gonna get wild, folks. If you haven't noticed, we're already in the wild west of AI. TV shows are getting crazy. Opportunities are all out there right now. We just have to know how to find them. We have to stay uh, uh, alert on what's happening. We have to study. We have to read. We have to constantly look at see what's happening and engage with others and ask questions of people that you get. If you have a hold of someone that's in the business, ask them a few questions and see what they think and get some perspectives from different individuals in the industry. That's the only real hope that we have right now, is in order to really figure out where this is going as filmmakers. You want to get out there and you want to make your films. You want to make your own passion projects. You want to make your own films. If you're a writer, you want to get your projects made, right? But there's a lot of work right now opening up, and we have to embrace that, and we have to figure out how can we be part of it, even if it's in a small way where we can make some money and fund our projects, and if you have really a lot to offer, you can be on a film set and you can bring a lot to the table, then go bring that to the table. This is our responsibility as filmmakers, as storytellers. I know that expression has been said a million times. I'm a storyteller, but that's what we do, right? We take situations and we tell them in front of people, and we want people to see our stories and then get inspired by them and be entertained by them. That's the main thing that we do, is we entertain people. We elevate them. We make them feel better about their current situation. We change their viewpoints on something and make them feel like they have more of an ability than they thought they did in the past, right? That's what artists do. Inspire people. They lift society's views and they make society feel better. That's what we do, and it's our responsibility. So go out there and figure it out. Look at all these, read the publications that I talk about, like readthedailies.com and theindustry.co.co. Go to those two publications, start reading what's happening in the industry. It takes you maybe 10 to 15 minutes to read these articles. It takes nothing. And start getting out there and learning. Learning. That's all we do for the rest of our lives, is to learn, and become better at what the things that we're passionate about. All right, friends, want to thank you very much for tuning in. It is Thursday. I will not be here tomorrow, Friday. I have some plans. I do this show usually Monday through Fridays. I've been doing Monday through Thursday, and then I do my Sunday night show, Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central. Now, this Sunday night, we're going to be having a best of episode, and you don't want to miss it because it's an episode that we have not played in a long time, and it's a classic. David Sanchez was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was with the E Street Band. He's going to be on the show on Sunday night on one of the episodes that we loved. It was a fantastic one. So check it out. Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central. You can visit my sites and to watch it. You can check it out there. It's going to be fantastic. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend ahead. And God bless you all. And as always, peace.